The story follows a weary soldier named Mickey who decides to take a vacation with his family. He brings his two children, Jack and Jane, to his brother Noah's house, which is nestled deep within an American forest. Since Mickey is exhausted from his recent military service, his wife, Sophie, takes over the driving. When they finally arrive, they anticipate a relaxing getaway, but things don't go as expected, especially for Jane. As Mickey and Sophie enter the house, they're taken aback by the mess, as if it had been intentionally left in disarray. Mickey tries to stay composed, assuming that Noah might have been heavily drinking. Meanwhile, Jack and Jane step inside and are greeted by a foul stench, likely from rotting food scattered throughout the house. As Jane explores, she learns more about her family's deep-rooted military legacy. She discovers photographs and keepsakes that reveal how her father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all serve in the military, including Noah, the owner of the house. This newfound knowledge fills Jane with pride, and she begins to admire her father even more. However, Mickey is no ordinary soldier. He is a retired Special Forces operative, respected and feared by 9 major nations. That night, Jane expresses her frustration about the vacation, complaining to her parents. Mickey reminds his children to be grateful, though he understands that they had hoped for a trip to the beach or mountains. Having just retired from the military, Mickey chose to visit Noah's house as a way to honor their family's military tradition. The next morning, Mickey visits the graves of his father and grandfather near Noah's home. Though they were distinguished soldiers, their burial sites remain modest, with no elaborate ceremonies honoring them. Later in the day, Mickey decides to make the trip more engaging by teaching his family how to shoot. Unbeknownst to him, someone has been watching them in secret. He focuses on training Jack, playfully interacting with Sophie, while Jane refuses to participate, still upset about the vacation. She storms off to her room, arguing with her mother, who tries to console her. That evening, Jack is puzzled when the living room TV refuses to turn on. When Mickey investigates, he makes a startling discovery. The television is actually a hidden safe containing treasures and old family documents dating back to World War II. He realizes these items were concealed by his ancestors for safekeeping. At the same time, Jack notices something odd under his bed. Panicked, he rushes to inform Mickey, who checks beneath the bed and is horrified to find Noah's lifeless body. Without hesitation, he warns his family that they must leave immediately. As they prepare to flee, a car appears at the end of the road, forcing them to stay inside and hide. Mickey instructs everyone to remain silent while they wait for the car to leave. But by morning, it remains parked outside. Mickey and Sophie stay up all night, armed and ready to defend their family. The situation escalates when multiple cars arrive, and to their shock, 12 soldiers, men who once fought alongside Mickey in war, emerge. They reveal their purpose: to seize Mickey's family, treasures, and inheritance. They give him time to retrieve the valuables and hand them over. Realizing they must act fast, Mickey and Sophie devise a plan, but with the house surrounded, escape seems impossible without endangering their family. Observing the soldiers closely, Mickey spots a moment of weakness when one of them stretches and lowers his guard. Seizing the opportunity, he quietly leads his family out, carrying 2 bags filled with the family's hidden valuables. What was meant to be a peaceful retreat has turned into a desperate struggle for survival. Unable to escape safely by road, Mickey guides his family into the dense forest for cover. Meanwhile, the soldiers take an hour to realize Mickey and his family have vanished. By then, Mickey has already led them deep into the woods, determined to keep them safe. After walking for a long time, Mickey finally found a safe spot where his family could rest and remain hidden. To protect the valuables, he carefully dug a hole and buried the 2 bags in a secure location. The next day, the soldiers gathered for a meeting to strategize their search for Mickey in the woods. Their well-organized approach made it clear they were prepared. Though many of them were young, Mickey, watching from a hidden spot nearby, observed everything without being detected. During the meeting, their leader, Cain, became furious when one of the soldiers disobeyed orders. At first, the soldier thought Cain was joking and laughed, but the situation quickly turned serious when the disobedient soldier was taken away. The entire group fell silent, realizing Cain was strict and unforgiving. From that moment, no one dared to break the rules. Mickey hurried back to his family and warned them that they couldn't return home yet. He explained that the soldiers were relentless in their pursuit of the family's treasures, and he couldn't let them take what rightfully belonged to his family. Determined to protect his loved ones, Mickey decided he had to confront the soldiers alone, eliminating them one by one. Meanwhile, the soldiers spread out across the forest, making it more difficult for Mickey to move undetected. At one point, Mickey spotted a soldier using impressive camouflage to remain hidden. Moving carefully, he neutralized the soldier and took his radio. Speaking through it, Mickey sent a message to Cain, letting him know that only 10 soldiers remained and that he would take them down one by one. Meanwhile, Jack, worried about his father, wanted to follow him despite his lack of experience with firearms. Sophie tried to stop him, but just as Jack was about to act, Mickey returned, causing him to abandon his plan. That night, while Mickey let his family rest, the tension in the air remained. No one could shake the fear of what lay ahead. Jane, unable to stop worrying about her father, was shocked when Jack suddenly decided to sneak off to follow him. Sophie tried to hold Jack back, but his concern for Mickey's safety was stronger than his fear, and he left anyway. That same night, Mickey silently took down another soldier, executing his plan with skill and precision. By morning, Kane and his team discovered their fallen comrade. They were shocked to find a card with the number 9 placed on his chest, Mickey's way of signaling that only 9 of them were left. Growing more cautious, Kane warned his team to remain vigilant while continuing their search. Elsewhere, Jack wandered through the forest, looking for his father. Meanwhile, Mickey was washing his face by a small river when a painful memory from Afghanistan resurfaced. He recalled a moment when one of his teammates had killed innocent civilians, sparing only a woman and her daughter. When Mickey tried to intervene and protect them, his teammate turned on him, labeling him a traitor. The memory of failing to save the woman haunted Mickey to this day. Now, some of those same former comrades, including Kane and Franco, were hunting him down for his family's treasures. Fueled by anger and determination, Mickey eliminated another soldier. Soon after, another enemy appeared, but Mickey cleverly used the fallen soldier as a shield, dodging bullets by taking cover behind trees. Seizing an opportunity, he took out the second soldier as well. Things took an unexpected turn when Mickey encountered a female soldier. Choosing to fight hand-to-hand rather than use weapons, he engaged in an intense battle with her. She was strong and highly skilled, but in the end, Mickey overpowered her by slamming her into a tree, knocking her unconscious. Later, Kane and his team found her, realizing she too had been defeated. They were beginning to understand that Mickey was no ordinary opponent. Once again, Mickey left a mark, a number 7, on her, signaling that only 7 soldiers remained in Kane's group. As the hunt continued, Kane's team nearly spotted Jack in the woods. Fortunately, Mickey arrived just in time to save him. Thinking quickly, he devised a plan. He instructed Jack to create a distraction while he dealt with another soldier who was patrolling near a lake. At that moment, the soldier had no idea that Mickey was hiding beneath the water, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. When the time was right, Mickey launched a surprise attack. After an intense struggle, he managed to retrieve a pistol from the bottom of the lake and take down the soldier. With the fight over, Mickey quickly gathered weapons and began searching for Jack, wanting to ensure his son's safety. Meanwhile, back at their hiding place, Sophie and Jane grew anxious as Mickey and Jack had not yet returned. Their fears were realized when Jack was captured by one of the soldiers, and Sophie and Jane were taken hostage by Stan and Franco, who brought them back to Noah's house. Fortunately, Mickey successfully rescued Jack, but he soon discovered that Sophie and Jane had been kidnapped. To make matters worse, Kane had sinister plans for them. Fueled by rage, Mickey swiftly defeated Jack's captor and rushed toward Noah's house to save his family. At the house, tension rose when Stan disagreed with Kane's brutal intentions towards Sophie and Jane. Enraged by the defiance, Kane shot Stan without hesitation, proving his ruthless nature. Shortly after, Mickey contacted Kane through the radio, warning him not to make any reckless moves because he was coming. However, Kane and Franco ignored the warning, only strengthening Mickey's resolve. Determined and unstoppable, Mickey fought his way toward Noah's house, taking down 2 more soldiers along the way. When he finally arrived, Kane was shocked by his speed and skill. To make matters worse, Kane and Franco brought Sophie and Jane outside as hostages, using them as leverage. Mickey attempted to negotiate, offering to reveal the location of the hidden treasure. But Kane, refusing to fully cooperate, demanded that only 1 hostage be released before Mickey handed over the treasure. Forced into an impossible decision, Mickey chose to have Sophie freed, leaving Jane in Kane's clutches. Staying calm despite the tense situation, he instructed Sophie to return to their original hiding spot, where Jack was waiting. With Sophie safe, Kane ordered Franco to follow Mickey into the forest to retrieve the treasure. As they walked, Franco taunted and mocked Mickey, taking pleasure in his predicament. Meanwhile, back at the house, Kane continued to torment Jane, making her situation even more unbearable. Eventually, Mickey and Franco reached the spot where the treasure was hidden. As soon as Mickey revealed the location, Franco lowered his guard, a mistake Mickey had been waiting for. Seizing the opportunity, Mickey attacked, unleashing his fury, intensified by the mistreatment he had endured from Franco during their time in Afghanistan. At the same time, Jane cleverly played along with Kane's demands, pretending to comply while secretly plotting her escape. Meanwhile, in the forest, Mickey and Franco engaged in a brutal fight. Despite Franco's strength, Mickey's superior instincts and combat skills gave him the advantage. In a decisive moment, Mickey overpowered Franco, ensuring he would no longer be a threat. Back at the house, Jane executed her plan and managed to escape. However, Kane quickly chased her down and recaptured her. Just as this happened, Mickey arrived on the scene. Kane, furious at both Jane's deception and Mickey's victory over Franco, threatened Jane's life. Mickey, unwilling to risk her safety, was forced to comply with Kane's orders. In his anger, Kane struck Jane, knocking her unconscious. Seeing this filled Mickey with an uncontrollable rage. With everything on the line, he and Kane engaged in a fierce battle. At first, Mickey struggled against Kane's youth and strength. Nearly overpowered, he found himself in serious danger when Kane pulled out a gun and aimed it at him. Just when all hope seemed lost, Sophie appeared and shot Kane in the chest from behind, saving Mickey. Acting swiftly, Mickey ensured Kane was no longer a threat. Not long after, Jane regained consciousness, confused but relieved to see her family safe. With the battle finally over, Mickey gave Noah a proper burial, honoring his brother's memory. Despite everything, he felt grateful that his family was unharmed and that their inheritance and treasures remained safe. And with that, the story came to an end.